Hey everyone, welcome to game number 2 of the Bognor Bash. Dwarven Holds and Dread Elves, myself with the Dwarves, Chris with the Dread Elves. So I'm on the back of a 19-1 victory against the Sylvan Elves. Chris and his Dread Elves is on the back of a 20-0 victory against the Empire. So first place second. Let's have a look at the armies involved. Alright, so there's mine. You'll have seen it before in the previous battle report if you've been following. Gunners, Greybeards, Deep Watch with King, BSB and Smith, couple of Grudge Busters, 2 Vengeance Seekers, a Dragon Seeker, and an Anvil of Power. Chris's beautiful Dread Elf army. Prince on Dragon, Captain Thingy-Majiggity on Pegasus, an Altar, 10 Knights, 12 Crossbows, 11 Crossbows with Sorcerer S, 30 Executioners, 28 Corsairs, and 6 Harpies. Alright, so lists in full. Dwarven King, War Throne, Shield, Rune of Steel, so that's 1 up rerollable, Rune of Destruction, Rune of Smashing, Rune of Might. Yeah, don't go up against the King if you're toughness 5. He'll smash you to pieces, basically. Master Engineer, Forge Repeater. Heroes, spelt wrong. What a goon. Thane, BSB, Great Weapon, Rune of Mounted, Rune of Resistance, Toughness 6, reroll to wound him. Runic Smith, Great Weapon, Rune of Denial, so Rune of Denial to Spell Scroll, 2 Runes of Iron for a 2 up armor save. Rune of Ages increases magic res to 2. Rune of the Forge, so 2 up ward against fire. His 2 spells are Gleaming and Metal. Gleaming is hard target and distracting. Metal is reroll armor saves. Dragon Seeker, naked, as they all are. 20 Clan Marksman, full command, guild-crafted handguns, +1 to hit. 24 Beards with Banner of Speed, full command. 22 Deep Watch, full command, War Standard, why not? Anvil of Power with Gleaming, Shattering, and Storms. Gleaming, so that's a duplicate of what the Runic Smith's got. -1 to hit in combat and shooting, so hard target distracting. Shattering, which is 2d6 strength 4 hits. Storms, which is d6 strength 6 hits with lightning. Those 3 spells are 36-inch range. Couple of Vengeance Seekers and a couple of Grudgebuster Blimps. Alright, so Chris's Dread Elves has got a Dread Prince on Dragon, Blade of Strife, Potion of Strength, Lucky Shield, Gemstone Amulet. Dread Captain, BSB, Pegasus, Heavy Armor, Hero Sword, Hardened Shield, Talisman of Great Shielding, I think that's 1 up, 4 up. Oracle level 2, Fire, Tome of Arcane Law, Fireball, Smouldering Embers, and Burning Ramparts. Then we got 28 Corsairs, sorry my phone's going mad here. 28 Corsairs, full command, Repeater Handbows, 12 Dark Shards, full command, 11 Dark Shards, full command, 10 Dread Knights, Gleaming Icon, for that if they fail that stupidity test. 30 Executioners, full command, and then the Triple March banner. Boo! He's doing the dwarvy thing. Don't like that. Altar of Nab and 6 Harpies. Nothing in. Oh, look at these spelling mistakes. What's going on tonight? Ray 0. What a goon. Deployment. Yep. Chris dropped everything in the same way that Pat did. So, yep, this is how he went. He went Knights and Dragon on his left flank, auxiliary guys in the middle, the repeater guys, and he's got Harpies behind that. He's got his BSB. Then he's got his Executioners, his Altar, and his Corsairs. And I went like this. I went King's Unit on the left, because if anybody can ding 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 some Executioners, it's the King's boys, the Deep Watch. Next to that, Greybeards, Vengeance Seeker, Gunners, 2 Blimps for some aerial support. I just love the image of that. These Gunners hunkered down with their handguns, and then these 2 Blimps just hovering above with their machine guns. It just seemed right. Then we got the Dragon Seeker hiding from the crossbows. Anvil of Power behind the stalagmite thingies. And then the remaining Vengeance Seeker on the right to intercept those knights as they come round. That's the plan anyway. And yeah, a picture of the battlefield overall. There we go. Alright, so boom. Dark Elves. Dread Elves, turn 1. Everybody moves up. Even the auxiliaries, the repeater guys, move up. I don't even know what they're called. What are they called? Dark Shards? I don't know. The guys with crossbows, even they move up to get a shot. And it looks a little something like this. Yep, his executioners have popped their banner, so they go, what would that be, 15 inches or something? Yep, they go a long way. Altar comes up. He's given the executioners a 5-up ward as well. Harpies come up to be a pain in the backside for the Greybeards. We go to magic. He casts Fireball and kills a gunner. I let it through. That was it. Dwarven Holds turn 1. Greybeards charge the Harpies. The 2 Blimps, well you'll see in a second, have charged his BSB, looking to impact hit him to death. And the Deep Watch fail the charge on the Executioners. Yeah, because I've got hatred on those boys. Again, I rolled a 2 for my hatred. I thought it would be nice to strength 5 on the charge just to get stuck in, be forced to hit with rerolls and 2s to wound. All he'd have would be his 5-up ward. But they fail like absolute chumps. Vengeance Seeker also goes into Harpies, and there you can see the double Grudge Buster Blimp going in on his BSB. I forgot to mention at the beginning of the battle, the objective is breakthrough, so it's getting to the enemy's deployment zone. Yeah, that Vengeance Seeker charges the front of the Dragon. Magic, I kill. Oh, I haven't done one. I'm disappointed. I haven't done one of my little smashy starry things, my explosion markers. Oh, disappointing. Anyway, kill a Cold One Knight. I get Rune of Gleaming on these boys from the anvil, -1 to hit. And I get it on these guys as well because, well, he's going to be charging me with those executions, isn't he? Shooting. So who are these boys shooting at? Yep, they've just deleted a unit of crossbowmen. She's left, and she passes a panic test. So we got a combat. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I'd do better than 1 wound. Anyway, I cause 1 wound to his BSB. He swings back and does 3 to the red blimp. I pass my break check because the BSB and the general's nearby, and we stick. Yeah, he smashes up my Seeker. These boys smash up the Harpies, so joint effort of the Seeker and the Beards, and we reform to face like that, so the Dragon would be in the front of these boys rather than the side. You also can't fit the Executioners into the side of the Greybeards because they're too wide, so he has to come in the front of the Deep Watch if he wants to charge, which he will, of course. Yeah, it's just a picture of that side of the board there. So we've got a Dread Elves turn 2. So what's he going to do here? He is going to charge his Executioners into the front of the Deep Watch, which then clears a path for the goddamn shrine to go into the side of the Blimps. As soon as the Blimps didn't break the BSB, I knew this was going to happen, but there's not a damn thing I can do about it, so I've got to take that like a man, or a dwarf, whichever. Yeah, his dragon moves around the side of the anvil. In fact, what he's actually doing is moving around the side to breath weapon some of my gunners. We'll see that in a second. Cold Knights move up for a flank charge, well, for a charge next turn on the anvil, and you can see the top left of screen. His altar has managed to make it into the side of the blue blimp. There you go. Executioners slam into the front of the Deep Watch, and the altar hits the side of the blimp. Corsairs move around the side to get into deployment zone. Dread Elf Magic, what's she up to? She's having a go at Fireball, but doesn't do anything. So the boys shoot a volley, and boom, kill my Dragon Seeker. He took some serious hits there though. Breath Weapon kills off 5 Gooners. Yeah, they passed the panic test, and they were cool. So Impact Hit and Hero Sword kill off kill off the blimps. Can't remember if he overruns or reforms. We'll see. I think he reforms with, but has to reform with the BSB because he didn't charge. I think he reforms with the altar. We go here. Yeah, I don't do very well at all, considering I've got hatred on. I just killed 3 executioners. It was a bit of a flubberoonie. He kills 7 deep watch though. They hit pretty hard, those executioners, but I was happy with losing 7. That's fine. We're stubborn on 10 with a reroll, so we stick. Yeah, I'm an absolute. Anyway, whatever. Didn't take any photos of my movement because there probably wasn't any. So Dwarven Holds 2 and Magic 2. Rune of Shattering on his BSB. He failed to dispel it, and it does what the blimps can't do, and it causes 2 wounds and kicks his BSB's ass. Dwarven Holds Combat 2. You can see the Greybeards have reformed. Reformed to front. Now his dragons buggered off behind my anvil, so Greybeards reformed to front because they didn't want a flank charge from the altar, so they've reformed. And then combat here. Smashed him. Yeah, he only kills 2. 2 of my guys. I got Gleaming off again, so he's -1 to hit. It was 5 to hit with no hatred this time. I beat him and I run him down like so. And that's how they finish. So you can see, yeah, I reformed the Greybeards to take a front charge from altar if you wanted to come in there. So we go to Dread Elves turn 3. What's he got up his sleeve here? I believe he's going to charge his altar into my gunners. Is that a mistake? We'll see. Boom! Gunners delete the altar. He had a reason for that. I can't remember what the reason is. Chris, put it in the comments, mate, because I can't think why you'd want to chuck that altar into those gunners. I can't remember. I know there was a valid reason, mate, but I can't bloody remember. Anyway, it's gone, deleted. His dragon is now going to charge the back of my gunners, like so. Cold War Knights have charged the anvil, and Corsairs have come round the back of the rock. And that's how we look. Combat, yeah, he finishes off the anvil. He actually overruns into the side of the marksman as well. And between them and the dragon, I think they killed him to a man. And that's how we end up at the end of Dread Elves 3. Dwarven Holds 3. Right, okay, so let's go through this because this looks nuts. The Greybeards have marched 12 inches with their banner just to get the hell out of the way of the dragon. It left him something like a 19 on the dice or something. So 19 on the dice, 19 in total. So that, what's that, movement 7? Left him a 12, a double 6 with Swift Stride. Otherwise they were just going to get mulched up. Also, just in an attempt to get into his deployment zone as well and share the spoils, the Deep Watch reform to come and get some of the action because he's got Corsairs to their left, he's got the Dragon, and he's got the Cold War Knight. So there's more points there in my deployment zone now than there are with those 12 crossbowmen. So they reform like so, and the Vengeance Seeker's just sort of hanging around, swinging his chains in the middle of the field. Yep, that's a better view. Oh, the Vengeance Seeker's moved to chaff the. Well, anyway, he's moved to getting involved with the Cold War Knights, I think. And that's that flank. Dwarven Hold Magic, I get reroll armor saves on these boys. And that's your lot. Dread Elves 4. He doesn't charge his dragon in. He just moves it to the side like so. He gets Burning Ramparts off on these boys to try and pin me. And I think he puts the attribute on this thing and does a wound. I don't know what's just happened there. I think what actually happened, and the photos may be out of sequences, in my turn I charge the Seeker into the Knight. Yeah, that's what happened. I charge the Seeker into the Knight and kill one, but he kills me. But he kills me in return. Yeah, that's what happened. So a lack of photos here because I've only got 2 units left and he's not doing a great deal either. So Dwarven Holds 4 and Dark Elves 5. In my magic phase, I dispelled Burning Ramparts and didn't cast any spells. The King's unit move up to attack the Corsairs. I measured it and they can't actually get out of charge arc with reforming. So that was the best option to go and attack the Corsairs. Like so, he can't actually get away. Whichever way he goes now in his turn, he can't get away. His dragon again didn't charge my Greybeards. He didn't think he could break them in 2 turns, and was scared that when I got the reform, I might beat him with combat res. BSB dead, so he didn't chuck him in. But I'm not really sure why he's just flying him around like that. But that's what he's doing anyway. We've got a magic, Dread Elf magic. Fireball kills 2. Chris is having a really bad time with magic. In the early turns, he didn't do anything, and now he's just starting to warm up. He got ramparts off, and now he's got fireball, but it's really not eating into this big block. It does get smouldering embers on these boys though. It might save them. This is the Corsairs. It might save them from the charge of the King's Guard next turn. We'll see. Dwaren Holds 5, yet my King's Guard slam in, not King's Guard. Well, they are the King's Guard. They're his King's Guard, but not the King's Guard. The Deep Watch hit the Corsairs in the front. Looks like I've got Rune of Gleaming off in the magic phase as well on the -1 to hit. These boys reform. Now they've got no embers on them. Burning Rampart, sorry. They reform. Yeah, that's just a look for that flank. I just thought that was a cool photo. I was sat down, sort of waiting for Chris to take his turn, and it just looked cool. So yeah, I snapped that. Big dragon on those little greybeards. We've got a combat, Dwarven Hold combat 5, so we slam in. We absolutely muller them, to be honest. Absolutely muller them. We win combat, we break their steadfast, and we run them down to the edge of the board. Like so. So we got some points. Yeah. So Elf 6 again, he doesn't want to put his dragon in because I'm facing the right way now. He's scared of that I'll have I'll challenge him with the champ. And the best he can do is what, 4. I have a standard and 3 ranks. No, I don't. I have a standard and 2 ranks. He should have chucked his dragon in. I think actually after the game or the next morning we talked about this, and yeah, he thought about it in the shower, I think he said, and said he should have put his dragon in. And yeah, I agree. His dragon should have gone in there and at least just stopped the Greybeards doing anything. But he didn't. He hopped it behind to save the points. These boys are just hanging in my deployment zone now. They haven't moved. They don't need to move. They're holding the objective currently. At the minute, Chris has the objective. I don't. I don't have anything in his deployment zone. So at the minute, he's going to get the 3-point swing. Dwarven Hold 6. He's left me an 11 on the dice charge. Or was it 10 on the dice? Maybe 10 on the dice. Whatever. He's left me anyway. If I get in there and beat those boys up and overrun, I can get into his deployment zone. With nothing better to do, I go for it. I make it. I make the charge. Make the charge. Smash him up in combat. Overrun. And I just make it into the deployment zone. So that's the objective shared, I'm afraid, Chris. He lost that game because as it stood there and then, he was going to get the 3-point swing. And with points at the end, he would have won 11-9. But as it is now, I've got his crossbowman for 150 points, and I get into his deployment zone. So that makes a big difference. Objectives are shared. So let's go and have a look and see how we do. But first of all, let's have a look at the table. This is how it finished. Those crossbowmen Oh yeah, I didn't get the points for crossbowmen. I just broke them and got the banner. That's right. I broke them and got the banner, and they just ended up there. But I did get into his deployment zone, and the king's unit are just down there milling around after beating up the corsairs. Alright, so we go to tally up the points, and this is how it finished. It finished 13-7 to the dwarves. Yeah, we added up the points, and I think it would have been 11-9 to Chris had my greybeards not made that charge in the end. But to be fair, he probably could have got an even better result had he just chucked that dragon in. To be honest, but you know, we all make mistakes. Yeah, it's just the way it was really. I don't know if, yeah, he definitely should have put that dragon in. That isn't 100%. As for anything I did wrong, I don't think I did anything bad really there. I was lucky to get the result in the end with those greybeards, but it's about time I started doing something because um, yeah, they just seem to just filling in a core slot really. They haven't done anything. That's the first time they've actually done anything meaningful and sort of won me the game. Between those and the King's unit, they were pretty good. Oh yeah, Chris probably shouldn't have put that war shrine, not war shrine, the altar into the gunners for me to stand and shoot. But I can't remember the reason he gave. There was a perfectly valid reason. I just can't remember it. But anyway, we shot it to pieces. 13-7 to the Dwarves. That puts me in the lead of the tournament as it stands after game 2. That puts me on 32 points, I think. Yeah, 19, 13, 32, yeah. And Chris is on 27, so Chris is still in second place. Patrick lost a second game in a row to the Empire, so Brush moves up into third, and Pat drops it up into down to fourth. Can't remember the exact result there. I think it was. Do you know? I think it was actually 20-0. I think he got 20-0, Patrick. So he's not off to a very good start at all. We go to round 3 after this. I play Brush's Empire, and Chris's Dread Elves play Patrick's Sylvan Elves in an elf off. So yeah, I look forward to putting that battle report up. It's another good game actually. A game I didn't much fancy because I didn't really want to go up against a proper gun line. I was pretty nervous about that. So yeah, thanks for watching, people. Subscribe, comment. I always do my best to get back to you. I quite like the interaction. We seem to have developed a little bit of a fan base, which is nice. It's always nice to feel the love. Anyway, yeah, leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you all again soon. Cheers, guys. Bye bye.